Now, as the Christmas season commences, consumers may have to budget an additional 20% for the price of livestock due to alleged corruption practices of some police officers at the various checkpoints across the country. Now, the Livestock Dealers Association has threatened to sue the IGP if he fails to call his men to order. They're accusing policemen of demanding illegal monies at the over 70 checkpoints on the roads here in Ghana in cases where these livestock dealers refuse or pay less. According to them, they are abused. My colleague Nancy Emefadradosi visited the central market at Old Fadama and reports.
We are here today at Old Fadama. To be precise, we are at the central market. Now, basically, we are here because we had some complaints from the Livestock Dealers Association that the prices of these animals and livestock you see around here is going to shoot up because the policemen across the country are charging exorbitant prices from them at the various checkpoints.
It's very difficult to pass through the police barriers, the checkpoints. It happened that sometimes this is the way that it's not supposed to be so, but we are finding difficult that police people, they are collecting our money instead of protecting us. What they do is they will ask for the documents first. When you give them the documents, and then they ask you to give 50 Ghana or 40 Ghana or 30 Ghana. That is their demand. If you refuse to pay the money, what they will do is they will go and sit down and leave you. When you are going there, they ask you that if you are not bringing the money, don't near them. So you only have to pay the money or stand somewhere. And the animals inside the vehicle too, there is so many heat that the animals should not be standing more than 10 minutes. And we are knowing that the police people who let the animals be cost. Because when you are taking 50 Ghana each for each barrier, the barriers is more than 100 coming to Accra or Kumasi or Takoradi. So you can see that the money or the police who let the animals cost. And we don't have choice to put that money that they are taking to the animal stop. I can tell you that last January, one of our colleagues who passed away through because of they asked for the money. And the money, it doesn't have the money they are asking. And you want to beg them that they should try to accept what they have. They say no. When you want to challenge them, they start beating him. They use stick to beat his head 3 times. When they get here, we're trying to send him to Osel. He passed away through Kolbu.
Well, so some police officers being accused, there's only fair to get a response from them. And the Director General in charge of Public Affairs at the Ghana Police Service, ASP David Okulu, joins us on the phone. Good morning, sir. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Good morning.
All right. Thank you, ACP, for joining us. And now you've heard these allegations. What's your first reaction and response, sir?
I heard allegations from I think he's the chairman or the secretary to the Livestock Dealers Association, who traveled maybe between the neighboring countries, Ghana and with Ghana. And we've also heard about the complaints they face from our officers, the alleged complaints they face from our officers, and acts of corruption and all that. We have taken that issue very seriously. It was discussed yesterday at the management board, and I've been tasked to get in touch with them so that we can have a meeting. We can have a better understanding of the situation and see how this can be stopped. There are rules and regulations governing the transportation of livestock from one place to another. And I know that the Ministry of Agriculture and then the Veterinary Service also has a role to play. There are certain documents they're supposed to carry. And I don't see how the police can unduly delay them if they are carrying the right documents. So we need to understand exactly what the situation is, where exactly these issues come up, where they face challenges with the police, so that we can streamline some of these things and correct them, because it's not good for their business. It is also not good for our operations.
All right.
And we don't want,
Okay, ACP, but even if these transporters aren't carrying the necessary documents that they need to move livestock, does it deserve, or do they deserve to be delayed, or do they deserve to get monies taken from them?
No, of course. That is why I'm saying that we are concerned about it, and we need to sit down with them and find out exactly what the situation is. Because our duty is to facilitate movements of goods and persons across the country and even to neighboring countries. So we should not be the cause for delay we should not be the cause for destroying somebody's business or causing loss to somebody's business. So that's why we are concerned, and we have to get in touch with him. I hope that after this interview, I got his number yesterday from a news editor. I'm going to call him today, and then we can arrange a meeting either this week or early next week so that we can see how this issue can be resolved.
All right,
we are not happy about this, and we'll certainly do something about it.
And they're also accusing the IGP of not paying attention to their petition. What would your response to that be?
I don't know whether they have sent or they have sent any earlier petition, but yesterday when I heard it, I briefed the IGP, and he was much concerned, and he actually called for this meeting, and we will certainly have to meet them this week or early next week.
So what's likely to happen to these police officers who are being accused not only of extortion but also abuse?
Of course, these are acts of corruption, and we don't condone it. So when we meet and we get evidence, you can be sure that necessary action will be taken.
Necessary action like what they...
Disciplinary action, of course. And if it's, yes, disciplinary action, and if it's proof that they have extorted, that's a crime. So, of course, certain the necessary criminal actions will be taken.
All right. Thank you very much for your time this morning. We'll get back to you on that meeting. ASP David Accuse is Director General in charge of Public Affairs at the Ghana Police Service.